Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And we thought it'd be a nice sunny day today. It really didn't turn out that way. We did see a weak area of low pressure in eastern Washington bring us just enough cloudiness to make it mostly cloudy for us this afternoon, although temperatures were on the mild side today, with temperatures hovering around that 80-degree mark due into the lower 80s for most of north central Washington. Beautiful shot right there from our Sky-Fi tower camera looking from a rondo back at Turtle Rock, and you can see all those clouds that we experienced today in the Wenatchee Valley. But as I mentioned, temperatures were nice, and they're going to stay nice this weekend as we get into Saturday and Sunday. Partly cloudy for most of us on Saturday with highs in the mid to upper 80s for the Wenatchee Valley. You folks in the Columbia Basin, though, around Moses Lake in the lower 90s. Nice low temperatures, too, in the lower 60s. A little bit of a change on Sunday. Cooler temperatures, not a lot, but just a little, and we will see some breezy conditions out of the west, about 10 to 15 miles an hour. And we'll talk much more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. North Central Washington's summer wildfire season is fortunately getting off to a slow start with cooler and wetter than normal conditions. We'll talk about that. Improving traffic flows on U.S. Highway 2 between Coles Corner and Cashmere is the purpose of a study currently being undertaken by the Chelan-Douglas Transportation Council. And despite a summer-long closure of the entire Columbia River to salmon fishing, there will be an opening in the upper Columbia next week. But first, we begin tonight. Two earthquakes hit western Washington early this morning as a 4.6, 13.5-mile deep quake hit Three Lakes. That was at 2:51 a.m., followed by a 3.5 aftershock hitting near Monroe about 2 minutes later. No significant injuries or damages were reported from either of the earthquakes. However, a handful of Wenatchee residents say they could feel the quake right here in the valley. The Washington State DOT reports there was no damage to any bridges or infrastructure during the morning quakes. A third earthquake hit Royal City at 3:46 this morning, although it was only a 2.5 magnitude quake that once again also caused no damage. North Central Washington's summer wildfire season is getting off to a slow start with cooler and wetter than normal conditions. It looks like those conditions will continue at least over the next couple of weeks. That according to meteorologist Jeremy Wolf with the National Weather Service.
The period of wet weather as of late and the cooler than normal start to July has resulted in the conditions on the landscape moistening up such that the threat for large forest fires, at least in the near term, is fairly low given the current round of wet weather.
Wolf reports in his Inland Northwest weather blog that temperatures are expected to remain cooler than normal for the next 8 to 14 days, reducing the threat of forest fires. He cautions that they were not out of the woods yet in terms of wildfire risk. He says drought conditions at the lower elevations remain an issue going forward.
A lot of the area that can burn around Wenatchee and Chelan and east towards Douglas and into the Columbia Basin is grass and brush fuels, and those can dry out really fast. Those dry out quicker than the timber. So as soon as we get into any stretch of hot, dry weather, the grass will be readily available for burning should we get any fire starts or any significant wind events.
Wolf says southeastern Alaska has seen significant wildfire activity associated with several dry lightning storms, those over the past month. Well, improving traffic flows on U.S. Highway 2 between Coles Corner and Cashmere is the purpose of a study currently being undertaken by the Chelan-Douglas Transportation Council. The regional planning organization is working with the city of Leavenworth, Chelan County, the Washington State Department of Transportation, and Link Transit to study options to improve mobility and safety for all modes of travel along the U.S. Highway 2 corridor. The team has put together some ideas, and now they want to get your input. At the end of the study, the project team will identify a set of near and long-term improvements for all modes of travel, including transit, freight, cars, bicyclists, and pedestrians. An online interactive map is also available with public comments. It's being accepted until July 31st. Well, despite a summer-long closure on the entire Columbia River to salmon fishing, there will be an opening in the Upper Columbia next week. NCWLIFE Channel's Eric Grantrom has more.
The Department of Fish and Wildlife announced late Thursday that a portion of the Columbia and 2 tributaries will open to Chinook fishing starting next Tuesday and run until October. According to the release, forecasts of hatchery summer Chinook to Entiat and Chelan Falls hatchery programs indicate broodstock needs will be met and surplus hatchery Chinook are available for harvest. Removal of summer Chinook in the Entiat River will also help achieve conservation objectives for spring Chinook on the spawning grounds. That means an opening for fishing starting Tuesday morning on the Columbia River from Rocky Reach Dam to Wells Dam, on the Entiat River from the mouth to just below the fish hatchery, and on the Chelan River from the mouth to the Chelan PUD safety barrier. The daily limit is 6 Chinook, with only 2 being adult fish. Anglers are asked to release any wild Chinook, sockeye, or coho. I'm Eric Grantrom with NCWLIFE Channel News.
Coming up next, first responders teamed up with the Wenatchee Valley College and Confluence Health this morning for an emergency training exercise. Your chance for an outing at the Visitor Center at Rocky Reach Dam is winding down as the fish viewing areas and museum will soon close for major renovations. And we'll let you know about some of the events for you to enjoy happening around the valley this weekend. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Where will you be a year from now? You could be working as a medical assistant. The Charter College Medical Assistant Certificate Program gets you work ready in 10 months. Add 5 more months to earn an associate degree. We prepare you with hands-on training and support you after graduation with job search help and interview skills. Institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, Charter has been training healthcare professionals for more than 30 years. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
Dear Mary Maids, please clean the kitchen, and the cabinets, and the floors, and the chairs. And I wish you could clean the dog. Colin is now feeding himself. Thanks, Megan.
Hi, Megan. No worries. We got it all cleaned up. Let's hope Colin gets past the spaghetti flinging stage soon. Till then, we've got you covered. See you next time. Mary Maids.
Welcome back. In another news, emergency training exercises were held this morning at Wenatchee Valley College to help the college better prepare for possible emergencies. NCWLIFE's Kyle Montgomery was there and has more.
Wenatchee Valley College and Confluence Health teamed up with first responders today for training exercises and simulations geared toward helping emergency training at the college. The training began at 8 this morning, where participants and actors set up the site for EMS and first responders who would be arriving on the scene later in the morning. The campus then simulated a lockdown where actors were led out of the school by first responders, with those injured in the simulation being transported into EMS vehicles going to Central Washington Hospital. One actor was also transported in a helicopter on the soccer field next to Smith Gymnasium, located a block down from where the simulation took place. The training was held to help better prepare the college for emergency situations and to practice response times of the college and hospital. First responders from cities such as Kashmir, Chelan, and Cascade joined Wenatchee personnel and community volunteer actors to assist in the training and also help practice response procedures. With NCWLIFE News, I'm Kyle Montgomery.
Your chance for an outing at the Visitor Center at Rocky Reach Dam is winding down as the fish viewing areas and museum will soon close for major renovations. The first closure will be October 1st, when work will begin on installing new and larger fish viewing windows. Then on October 31st, the Museum of the Columbia will permanently close, with most of the displays moving to the expanded and remodeled Discovery Center. The new and improved Discovery Center won't reopen until the spring of 2021. The Chelan County PUD is spending more than $5 million on the improvements to the Visitor Center, which opened back in 1962. Time now to find out what's happening around the valley for you to enjoy this weekend. Here's NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Lake Chelan Bachfest is happening now through the 20th. For the 38th year, over 100 professional musicians from across the country bring exceptional music to the Chelan Valley. Start your day outside with a courtyard concert at 10 a.m. Attend noon concerts with a variety of wind and string ensembles Monday through Friday. The Bachfest String Quartet presents Music on the Vine with evening concerts at 6 of the beautiful Lake Chelan wineries featuring varied genres. Go to Bachfest.org for dates, times, locations, fees, and stories about the musicians. Waterville Days is Friday through Saturday in Pioneer Park. This is a free yearly event for the whole family that includes live music, kids' activities, a classic car show, arts and crafts booths, concessions and food, and more. Full Circle Theater Company and the Numerica Performing Arts Center have partnered to present the first annual Twilight Theater production, The Tempest. The William Shakespeare play will be performed by a local cast in the Numerica Pack Courtyard Thursday through Saturday this week and next week starting at 7:30 p.m. 2019 Run with the Cops Wenatchee is this Saturday at 7 p.m. at Fred Meyer East Wenatchee. This 5K is a fundraising effort for Special Olympics Washington through the Law Enforcement Torch Run campaign. Law enforcement officers volunteer their time and energy on behalf of Special Olympics to raise funds and awareness for Special Olympics athletes worldwide. And finally, the Icicle Creek Chamber Music Festival takes place Friday through Sunday in the Canyon Run Recital Hall in Leavenworth. The 25th annual festival returns to deliver musical experiences brought to you by world-class artists. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
Thank you, Megan. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653. It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's features story, after 3 years, the sister of a missing Wenatchee woman has started a YouTube channel to outline the disappearance of Wenatchee's Jessie Grace Moore. Take a look.
Brittany Moore says her sister suffered from mental health issues and drug abuse throughout her life and recalls the last time she saw Jessie as their family was dropping her off at a detox center.
And she gets out of the car and looks back at me and smiles. And I smiled at her, and then she walked into the detox center, and I remember thinking to myself, like, wow, that was a really nice moment between us. And that was the last time I saw my sister.
Jessie Grace Moore disappeared on June 20th, 2016 from Wenatchee. A witness came forward and said he saw Jessie on June 23rd, 2016, but Brittany says that statement has been recanted.
There is a witness statement saying they saw her get into a late 80s Buick with 2 Hispanic men June 23rd of 2016, but that he actually has come forward and recanted his statement. We don't know why, but all of a sudden now he's like, I didn't see that.
Around the time of her disappearance, Brittany says Jessie was struggling with her mental health and visited Catholic Family Services to talk to a counselor on the day she disappeared. She was last seen at Centennial Park in a video posted to social media with a shaved head, and she left the park walking south on Wenatchee Avenue.
Shaved in her head is the initials or the letters SIC, which we to this day still don't know what that means. My mom has a lot of theories on it. And on the other side of her head, it's like 13 lines, like going straight across her head, which is, I mean, to see that video, it's very hard to watch, you guys. And she starts walking southbound on Wenatchee Avenue in the video, and I'll try to link it, but she starts walking away, and that is the last time anyone saw her.
Jessie's mother appeared on the NCWLIFE channel last year to promote a fundraiser for the search and answers in her daughter's disappearance, and explained what she believed happened to Jessie.
I believe that foul play is involved. I believe that she has passed away. Okay. And I don't know who's responsible for that, but I know that some of the people that she had been around are not the type of people that you'd want your daughter to be around or anybody else to be around.
Brittany Moore says she plans to continue to upload videos talking about her sister's case to her YouTube channel. There are no current leads in the case, but anyone with information is encouraged to call the anonymous tip line at 509-233-7946. Caitlin Hedersheet, NCWLIFE News.
Switching gears now, time for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And it was a nice mild day out there today, enough cloud cover to really keep the temperatures down. And for many of you, even though it's summertime, you like those cooler temperatures. We should be at about 86 or so, 87, and it was a lot cooler than that today. But a beautiful shot looking back at the Wenatchee Valley. There's Turtle Rock right in the middle of your shot as we look back from the Orondo area. And thank you to Sky-Fi for that great shot that we get every day here during the NCWLIFE Evening News. Low and mid-level clouds throughout north central Washington today. There was an area of low pressure around the Spokane area that just kept circulating those clouds into central Washington, and that's why we did stay on the cloudy side today. But temperature-wise, as I mentioned, very comfortable. 83 unofficially our high today. 87 is where we should be. Once again, a mild start to our day at 64. 61 is our normal low temperature. Hot one back in 2002 at 104 degrees. Our second day in a row that our record has been set back in 2002. 48 our record low, and that was in 1997. Sunrise this morning 5:16, and the sun will set tonight at 8:56. Putting that surface loop in motion now, let's show you what you can expect over the next 7 days. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. We will see a west wind out there, 5 to 15 miles an hour. Just a lot of beautiful, comfortable temperatures tonight, and that'll make for a great start as we get into our weekend on Saturday. There's high pressure down in the Four Corners area and just off the coast. Low pressure right here off the coast of British Columbia. Won't affect us that much. Saturday into Sunday, mostly sunny. A little bit breezy on Sunday. You can see the barometric pressure lines a little more tightly packed. Monday as well. Sunny skies, light winds, and mild as we will stay in the orange colors, remember, and that's mid-80s. Tuesday, mostly sunny and mild. Not much is going to change throughout this entire forecast. Mostly sunny on Wednesday then as well, and nice with temperatures once again mainly in the middle 80s. Thursday, same thing, mostly sunny, but we will see a little bit cooler temperatures. You can see our flow coming down now from the northwest, and that will cool us off to around 80, maybe some lower 80s as we head into the end of next week. Let's take a look now at temperatures around our region for our Saturday as we kick it into gear for the upcoming weekend. And here we go. It's going to be a nice one wherever you are tomorrow around the Wenatchee Valley. Moses Lake will be the hot spot at 91, Ephrata 89, a nice mild day Thursday, and Ellensburg at 84. We mentioned Wenatchee at about 88 degrees. The cool spot, as we will usually talk about at this time, Lake Wenatchee at 74, and a nice hot one up in Omak as well at 88 degrees. Let's take a look now at your quick Lube and Tune 7-day forecast, and not a whole big change, that's for sure. As we mentioned, 88 for the Wenatchee area tomorrow, just a bit breezy in the afternoon. I don't think it'll come up until late in the afternoon, about 5 to 15 miles an hour. A little stiffer wind for Sunday, 85 degrees, as our weather changes just a little bit for the end of the weekend. Our winds will blow about 10 to 15 miles an hour on Sunday. Nice and sunny and calm as we start off our next work week at 85 degrees, and we'll stay that way. 86 for Tuesday, 84 on Wednesday, and then, as I mentioned, a bit of a cool down on Thursday, mostly sunny with a high temperature then of 81 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Grantrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Moving doesn't have to be back-breaking, stressful work. And I don't want you to make a move that way ever again.
Traditionally, you would rent a truck, you would load up your stuff, you would rent a storage unit, you would transport it, and finally, you would unload your stuff yourself. You don't have to lift a finger. We bring the mobile storage unit to you, we drop it off, then one of our trusted packers can load it for you. We come pick it up and store it securely for you. We bring it back to you. No hassle, no stress.
Being able to support yourself and your family is an important part of who we are. We all need to know we're able to provide ourselves with a secure future. Some job seekers have a harder time finding work. That's why Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is here, a free walk-in job search assistance program designed to help people find work. When you shop at or donate to Goodwill, you're really being a job creator, and that's a good thing for everyone's future. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, serving North Central Washington, is proud to offer the finest heating and cooling air quality products along with prompt and professional customer service since 1984. Regardless of the temperature outside, Arctic is here for you. Arctic offers a variety of services: residential and commercial heating, air conditioning, commercial refrigeration, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solely on Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers, or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCWLIFE, your local TV channel. Give Solely on Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy finally Friday to you. The Wenatchee Apple Sox reversed a trend last night, finding plenty of offense and a 16-2 win over the Bend Elks. In the first two games of the series, both Wenatchee losses. The Apple Sox managed just 3 runs on 9 hits total. But last night, the home team squared up 11 hits and scored 16 runs. It was also a near record night for Wenatchee's shortstop. For more on last night's game, we turn to the radio voice of the Apple Sox, Joel Norman.
Thursday night was full of awesome production all around for the Apple Sox. They didn't commit any errors. Jake Somm struck out 10 in 6 innings, and Cody Darcy finished a double away from hitting for the cycle, as well as 1 RBI away from tying the Apple Sox single-game RBI record. So what a great night for the Apple Sox as they win 16-2 tonight, taking the series finale and splitting the season series against the Bend Elks. The Apple Sox will now take on the Bellingham Bells for the first of 3 games this weekend, all at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, starting on Friday night at 6:35. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
Thank you much, Joel. Cody Darcy, by the way, finished 3 for 4 with 7 RBIs, 2 runs, including his grand slam home run in the bottom of the 6th. Jake Somm improved to 3-0 on the season, lowered his ERA in the meantime to 2.70 with a win. Wenatchee now hosts the Bellingham Bells tonight in the first of 3 games at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Neither team has announced a starter for tonight's 6:35 game time. And a reminder, we'll be out at the ball ballpark tomorrow night for our second broadcast of Apple Sox baseball here on the NCW Life channel. Our pregame for the Bells and Sox will begin at 6:15 with the first pitch at 6:35. Taking a look at the Les Schwab scoreboard across the West Coast League last night. Busy night. Calvin Turchin held Ridgefield to 2 runs on 5 hits in 6 innings as Victoria beat the Raptors 8-2. Frankie Neiman went 2 for 5 at the plate with a run for the Harbor Cats, who took 2 of 3 in that series. Sam Ireland's walk-off RBI single in the bottom of the ninth capped a 2-run rally for Cowlitz as the Black Bears topped Kelowna 7-6. Ireland finished with 3 hits along with teammate Josh Marchese, who also hit a solo home run. Non-league play last night, Michael Curiel had 4 of Corvallis' 18 hits as the Knights beat up on the Hayesville Hammers 12-4. Aiden Welch's RBI single in the bottom of the 10th gave Yakima Valley a walk-off 11-10 win over the Northwest Honkers. A 4-run 7th inning broke open a close game, and Walla Walla went on for a 9-3 win over the U.S. Military All-Stars. Jordan Stubbings went 2 for 2 at the plate with 3 RBIs. Everett brought 9 men to the plate in a 3-run first inning and went on for a 7-4 win over Port Angeles. Kyle Menzardo went 5 for 5 at the plate with 3 runs and 3 RBIs to lead Portland past Perth, Australia, 15-2. Well, as Wenatchee prepares to host Bellingham, here are the latest second-half standings in the West Coast League's North Division. Port Angeles and Bellingham and Victoria all at 500, with Yakima Valley and Wenatchee a half game back. Kelowna is off to an 0-2 start so far in the second half. Well, the Mariners start the second half of the Major League Baseball season tonight in Anaheim against the Angels. Seattle finished the first half 39-55, last in the American League West, and 6th worst record in all of baseball. The Angels are 45-46, 12.5 games behind Houston in the AL West, but are not too far out of that wild card playoff race. Mike Leake gets the start for Seattle with a 7-7 record of 4.32 ERA. Who knows? This could be Mike Leake's last appearance with Seattle. We'll see about that as they get towards the trade deadline here at the end of the month. Halos will start Taylor Cole in the first frame and then give way to their featured pitcher, Felix Pena. Well, the Wenatchee Valley Skyhawks face the Reno Express in the AWFC playoffs this Sunday. Wenatchee and Reno were officially 2-2 against one another this season, although only played 3 games on the field, with one being a forfeit by the Skyhawks on a scheduling snafu. Each team finished the inaugural season of the American West Football Conference at 6-6. Kickoff Sunday at the Town Toyota Center is at 5 o'clock. The winner will advance to face Idaho for the championship. Here's what else is on tap this weekend for the sports schedule. Local Men's Senior Softball League is having its year-end tournament at Walla Walla Point Park. That's tomorrow and Sunday. The 2019 Run with the Cops is Saturday at Fred Meyer in East Wenatchee. A special fundraiser event for Special Olympics starts at 7 o'clock in the evening. And if you want to see some good barrel racing, head up to Appalachia tomorrow or Sunday. They'll have some great horse barrel racing all day tomorrow and Sunday. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grantstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel Monday morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with your host, Dan Kuntz. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.
NCW Life channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and other stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCW Life channel is your local TV station.
Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
I'm Jenny Kerstetter, and you are watching the NCWLIFE channel.